Hi everyone, welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this dreamy chunky beanie hat. It is using, I will show you the yarn, I will show you all the details, but I just wanted to show you the beanie up close so you can see how beautifully it is made. So it's a very basic beginner friendly beanie and you only need a hook, your tape measure, and your scissors, and of course the pattern. So without further ado, let me show you the yarn. I used Karen Spice Cakes. This is a Yarnspirations brand. And these are the specs on the yarn. So it is a number 6 super bulky weight. It recommends an L 8mm hook, and that is the hook that I've used. I'm using a Susan Bates L 8mm hook. This yarn is machine washable and dryable. It is 100% acrylic, 8 ounces or 227 grams. It is 239 yards or 218 meters. So I would recommend to get a super bulky 6. You could probably also do this pattern with a 5 weight, a chunky weight, a bulky weight. You'll just need to see the thickness of the yarn. So for me, this yarn is somewhere in between a 5 and a 6, but worked up, it worked beautifully with the L 8mm hook. So I'm just going to show you a few different colors. This is called Puddle, and this has really nice blues in it. Here is another Karen Spice Cake called Silver Steel, and this has shades of gray in it. And then I have the one I used for the tutorial. This is the one right here. This is called Indigo Go, and this has just beautiful shades of blues, purples, greens, and it's just lovely. So I'm going to get started with the tutorial now. Please get your supplies and we are going to get started. So I made the sample with this yarn and I'm going to make the actual one with you with this yarn as well. The construction of this hat is we will work on the crown, then we will work on the center portion, and then finally we will do a small little design element at the bottom and then a single crochet border. So let's get started. For the purposes of this tutorial, I will be using a magic ring or a magic circle. If you do not wish to do that, you can always just make a slip knot. You can then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. You can slip stitch into the first and then you have a ring there in the middle to work into. But of course, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to be making a magic ring. So here I am making my magic ring or magic circle. And now we are going to start the pattern. So in the magic ring, we're going to half double crochet 10 times. So we already have one chain there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now if you've made the magic circle, you're just going to tug on the end and cinch it closed. So now for round number 2, we're going to do, this is going to be an increase round, and we are going to go from 10 half double crochets to 20 half double crochets. And we just do that by creating 2 half double crochets in each stitch from the previous round. So we are going to slip stitch into that first stitch, chain 1, and then we are going to create 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. If you'd like to, you can put a stitch marker here, but for me, I don't feel it's needed because you'll know, because of the height of the stitches, you'll know when you've come back to the beginning. So I'm just continuing with 2 half double crochets in each stitch. I was very pleasantly surprised by this yarn. I thought it was going to be much thinner, and I was really doubting why they labeled it as a super bulky number 6. But now, having worked with it, I think it is more of a 6 than a 5. But of course, I think some of the chenille yarns are also classified as number 6s. So it really just depends on your tension. So I am using the recommended hook size, but I usually go up half or a full hook size. But it worked out for me this time. All right. Here is the last 2 stitches of the round. Excuse me. And now, as before, we're going to slip stitch to the first stitch and chain 1. Round number 3 is also an increase round. In round number 3, we are going to do 1 half double crochet followed by 1 increase. So in the first stitch, we are going to make a single half double crochet, just 1 half double crochet followed by the increase. And the increase is just 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. Okay, so we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the first stitch followed by 2 half double crochets in the second stitch. And that is the pattern for round number 3. We're going to do that all the way around, and then I will see you back here for round number 4. Okay, so we are done with round number 3. Again, that was an increase round. At the end, sorry, I haven't been giving you the stitch counts. At the end of round 1, you have 10 half double crochets. At the end of round 2, you have 20 half double crochets. And at the end of round 3, you have 30 half double crochets. We're only going to do one more increase round, and that is round number 4. So in round number 4, we are going to make, so let's first slip stitch here to the beginning of the round. And now we are going to do 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and then the increase. So here we go. In the first stitch, we put 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch, we put 1 half double crochet. And in the last stitch, we put 2 half double crochets. And we're going to continue that pattern around. So we do 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch, we do 1 half double crochet. And in the next stitch, we do 2 half double crochets. That is the pattern for round number 4. At the end of round number 4, you should have 40 stitches, and I will see you back for round number 5. We have just completed round number 4, and we should have 40 stitches, 40 half double crochets. Round number 5, so now we are done increasing, and we are almost done with the crown of our hat. So now in round number 5, we will be making 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And yes, so let's go ahead and slip stitch to the first stitch here. Chain 1. I hope I've been doing my chain ones. I think I have. And then we will be making 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And then I will see you back for rounds 6. We're going to be doing some half double crochet in the back loop only, and that will be for 6 rounds. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I will let you do that, and I will meet you back. So do this round where we're doing 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. This is round number 5, and I will see you back for round number 6. Round number 5 is complete. We have 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and if you'd like to, at this point, you could always take out your tape measure and just check how wide your hat is, and I am approximately 8 inches across. Now rounds 6 through 11 are going to be half double crochet in the back loop only. So we are going to, again as before, join here and chain 1. Now I'm going to show you the anatomy of the stitch. So let's just look at our stitch. The way you are looking at it right now, right here, is where you put your hook. And now what you're looking at is there is a front loop, the one closest to you, and a back loop, the one far away from you. For this round, we are only going to be working into this back loop. Okay, so we already did our chain 1. Now don't forget the very first stitch here. We're going to make the same half double crochet, but instead of going into the entire stitch, we are only going to go into the back loop. Okay, I hope you can see that. The front loop is still sitting here and the back loop is there. And then just as before, we'll just make our half double crochet. So let me show you again. We're not going into the entire stitch. We are going only into the back loop. And we will continue doing that for this row and for rows 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then I will meet you back. So when you come around here, you're going to slip stitch as normal, chain 1, and again, you'll be working into the back loop only, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, and I will see you back at the end of round 11. Here we are at the end of round number 11. We have done the crown of the hat, and then we have done the back loop only for six rounds, okay? And you can count that here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? So now we're going to be doing just the little design element at the bottom of the hat, and that is round number 12, okay? Round number 12, we're going to be making a double crochet cross stitch. So as before, let's first slip stitch, and now we're going to be chaining 1, and now we're going to work on our double crochet cross stitch. All we do is we're making double crochets, but we're kind of moving them around. So these are my first 2 stitches of the round. I hope you can see that clearly. Hold on. Now you can see it. Okay. Those are my first 2 stitches of the round. I'm going to skip my first stitch and work into my second stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, make a double crochet. Now in the stitch I just skipped over here, I'm going to make a double crochet now. Okay, so it becomes into a cross stitch. Cross stitch coming from the actual embroidery cross stitch where you're making an X. So that's all this is. Now we're going to move into the next 2 stitches. So again, we're going to skip the first and make a double crochet in the second one. And then we're going to come back and make a double crochet in the first one that we skipped. Okay, so these are just working in pairs of 2. And you're going to do this all the way around. So always remember, skip the first stitch, make a double crochet, come back in the first stitch and make a double crochet. And that is all we will be doing for this round. This is round number 12. Hopefully that's making sense, and you can see that beautiful double crochet, crossed double crochet stitch. I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I will meet you back for the very last row of our hat. All right, I am almost done the round number 12. So I'm just going to make that last crossed double crochet stitch with you. And here we are. Our round is complete. Now as before, we will slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 1, and now this is kind of our border, and we are just going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And that will finish off our dreamy, chunky beanie hat. I'm just obsessed with the word Dreamy since I named my first pattern after that. So that is just my own little thing I have going on, is naming everything after Dreamy. And I don't know, maybe it's like a branding thing. I don't really know. Sorry, my hat is... Okay, there we go. So we are just making single crochets now. And I'm going to share with you the measurements, okay? So when we're done, we're going to measure. I tried this on multiple times while making it. I recommend you doing so as well. If you are oh my God, what did I do? If you are making this for yourself, then definitely try it on. If you are making it for a child, then have them try it on. There are, of course, sizing charts and things like that available online that you can use. And I think once you make these hats a few times, you kind of understand, you begin to understand the sizing and how things should fit, how things should look, etc. So this hat is a adult size hat. You could, of course, make this for a child, but if you were making it for a child with this yarn, I would likely not start with the 10 half double crochets in the beginning. I might start with 8, and I might not do all the increased rows as we did here. So this is a very, I would say, customizable pattern. It is not by any means an advanced pattern, but it's just a nice way to use the heavier weight yarns, the bulky and the chunky yarns. Okay, so here we are, and we're just going to do that. And here is our hat. I didn't excuse me, I just cut my tail, but I didn't weave anything in. So this is our completed hat, and that didn't take too long. Again, just to recap, we did a crown where we had 10, 20, 30, and then 40 stitches. We had 1 round of just half double crochet, and then we had 6 rounds of half double crochet in the back loop only, followed by our design element down here, the double crochet cross stitch, followed by a border row of single crochets. And that's it. You've made the Dreamy Chunky Beanie Hat. If you've made it this far, I would love for you to share pictures with me. You can always email it to me. My email is in the bottom of every video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you in the next video.